Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream, Junior Edition. So that's just because we've only got two people here today, and they are Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Joey at JWonderl on the MakeCode forums.
And we're picking up a game that we started yesterday, or that Daryl started yesterday, and it's based off of Loop Hero, which is a game I have not played. But I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
And Joey's at least knows how it works. So
yeah. What I'm looking forward to most coming to non-PC consoles.
Yeah. I'll play it at some point. This seems very much up my alley.
Yeah, I'd recommend for sure. I think you'll like it.
Cool. All right, so what we're doing right now is well, first let's go over what we've got so far. So we have a character. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh. Now, why isn't this working?
Is it placing on top of all blank tiles?
Oh, that's what it is. I should have edited the existing one.
Nice.
There you go. Okay. So we're going in these little loops. We have these slimes that appear. And I really like the art that Daryl did, but unfortunately I do art in a completely different style, and so I'm switching out the art for my art just because I need to be able to draw stuff that looks consistent. And so the way it works is we have our little hero who's going to be walking around, and they walk automatically. And as they go, every time they do a lap, they get encounters that pop up. So right now they're all the same. They're these slime guys, and you can see these slimes deal damage to us. We deal damage to them, and it just keeps going. So right now the game will just go until you lose. So if we let this go long enough, we'll get a game over. But we're going to add in some new stuff. So Joey, do you want to give us a brief explanation of like the stuff that we probably want to do first?
Yeah. So the main part in Loop Hero, at least, is to be able to place things. So you get like the deck of cards, and you acquire them over time by beating monsters or accomplishing objectives. I think it's mainly just beating monsters and maybe treasure chests. And you can place them, and then they give you either bonuses or they make things harder. And you make things harder so that your hero gets more powerful faster to fight the evil boss at the end.
Yeah.
So I think the easiest one to start with might be just like a village, something that when you pass by it, it gives you health. That's one that's in the game in Loop Hero 2.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with that. So we're going to need some sort of interface for picking up things and putting them down on our path. And we're going to have something for making those things do things. So we're going to start with that. And first, though, we're going to do a new player character. Any ideas?
Feels like it's been a while since we've had a mouse main character.
I do mouse all the time. Hey, chat. What should I do?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let me know.
As
long make it an animal, please.
What are some good
that'll
animals
be...
that we have? Lemur? I can't picture what a pixel art lemur would look like.
Yeah, I can't either. Chat, you say whatever you want, but we'll see if I'm able to draw it at all. Until then, we're going to be using this little temporary guy, who I think everyone can tell is a turtle.
I think that's pretty good, right? Because then we get like
he's temporary, so I'm not going to spend any more time on it.
Okay. If we make it competitive eventually, we can make like the enemy that you have to face like a fox and see who goes better when they go around faster or slower.
That's a fun idea. All right. So we're going to just fill this guy in right now. Move him up here. We're giving him an outline so that we can see what we're doing. And then we will get to our game. So let's take a look at this. All right, so we got our little turtle guy walking around, and I want to fix him so badly, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to start now with drawing a cursor. So we need a cursor so that we can pick things up and put things down. And I'm going to just draw our basic hand cursor. So let's make this like 8 by 8. It's probably good enough. And we're going to do a hand. Hands are kind of easy. They might look a little weird, but people will get it. Trust me.
I think, that's probably a hand. What else could it be?
Yeah. Man, why is the eyedroppers not working?
I've been having more trouble with it recently. I don't think we've done a release since I've had trouble, so maybe it's like a browser thing.
Yeah, it must be a browser thing because we have not done a release since then. Oh, I think my focus is wrong. Okay, well,
That
that's
happens
fixable.
too.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna be doing some bug fixes soon.
Do you have a next release one for this? If not, I will take a look.
Yeah, no, please do add a bug for this. Okay. So we're gonna finish up drawing our hand. I think I'm gonna have to make it a little bit bigger because this is not working out. So let's do like 12 by 12. Move this over. So what does the hand got? It's got the fingers. It's got one finger that's out and is like pointing. And then we give it the palm, and then we give it a thumb. Now we do an outline. There you go. That's a hand. I think it's a hand.
It's handy.
Yeah. Oh, that thumb's a little weird.
Yeah, I guess that is.
That's a bit better. Should there be a thumb? I can get rid of the thumb. No, I'm gonna leave it. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to do a cursor. So this is going to be a good one to watch if you are into games where you drag and drop things, which is something we get pretty often. So let's go ahead. We're going to add a new kind that's going to be cursor. Will it let me? Cursort. Well, yeah, it'll let me do that. So we've got our cursort, and we're going to go ahead and do a move with buttons. Cool. So now we can move around. This is probably a little bit too fast. Let's slow it down just a bit. I like when you're doing cursor stuff to move at a slower speed so that you can place things accurately. All right. And what we're going to do now is we need some way to show the things that we, one other thing. So I'm trying to move it right now, but I can't move it outside the path because there are walls here. Mm-hmm. So to fix that, we're going to go into our sprites. We're going to get a flag block. I'm going to go to our cursor, and this was a wonderful change. This is one of my favorite changes Joey has ever done, which is breaking out the ghost into different types of things. I'm going to change this to ghost through walls and turn it on.
I think I agree. This is one of my favorites just because it was like something we dealt with for like 2.5 years. And then we just said, like, can we do this? And it took like 5 minutes to split it up.
Yeah. One other thing, these status bars are a little aggressive right now. I'm going to make them height 1. Yeah, that looks okay. Let me do it for the enemies too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that does look pretty good.
Yeah, you can see it going. Cool. Mm-hmm. And maybe we'll make them a little thinner too. Let's make them 15. Okay, let's make them 16 because that makes more sense. All right, cool. So we need some way to show the things that we currently have in our inventory that we can pick up. So we need some sort of inventory display. And right now we're taking up most of the screen with this map. So what I'm thinking is maybe we take this map and we move it up one, just we have the room. And we use this bottom here because we already have an extra 8 pixels with the 16 to give us like 24 pixels of space where we can do whatever inventory display we have. So we're gonna do this, move on up. Do you think I should also like do this?
Sure. Yeah.
We'll see if I regret.
In the game, yeah. Later. If nothing else, in Loop Hero, there's a lot of space outside of the main loop area. to like
Oh, there
place
is?
mountains to accrue stuff. Yeah, like you can place mountains to get more resources to build up the town and stuff like that.
So I'm thinking maybe I'll do the opposite then. Over here.
Yeah. Let's see. If we were to match the scale, it would be something like 50 by 30 or something as a town map. But yeah, I don't think we should. But
maybe we can switch to 8x8 tile map at some point, but that'll be in the that'll be off stream. I'll probably do that and then come back, you know.
Yeah, agreed.
But as we're writing code today, we'll try to make sure that we don't write anything that is super specific to 16 tiles. So if you catch me doing that, Joey, let me know.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Do we have any suggestions from chat for the hero?
I think everybody loves your turtle, to be honest. But we got cantaloupe, imposter.
I'm gonna guess who said cantaloupe.
A chicken. You are right
chicken.
if you're guessing.
Yeah.
We did get a turtle.
I think chicken wins. I like chicken quite a bit.
Yeah.
It also seems like something I can probably draw. All right, steps to drawing a chicken, a thing I have not done before. 1.
You say that, but that's already a chicken.
Got a big eye. All right, long. Skinny legs. Tail does not look like this. This is certainly a bird of some kind. Wing. And then we give it an outline. It may not be a perfect chicken, but it definitely is a bird, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think we can always use like text for this, right? Like we can have some exposition.
That is true. That is a true thing we can do.
When we get to a boss, you can have them do a big conversation, giving all their reasons for existing and fighting you, and then return just a bok.
I like that. And we should definitely do a boss in this game. That sounds like fun. Oh, no, none of that. Okay, there we go. That's our chicken.
Yeah.
Nah, I liked it better before. Undo. There we go. Yeah, this guy. That's our chicken. All right, let's see how he looks. Yeah, okay. I like it. All right. We're gonna have to redo our slimes, but let's get coding first. And also maybe I'll change the campfire real quick. I'm doing like a monochrome thing. That's not clear. All right, we're just gonna make that red. Okay. So we need to display what we currently have. So we're going to make a function, and I think our function is going to be make a tile. And this is going to be what makes the things that we can place. So it's going to take in an image, which is going to be the tile. Well, we can just call it image. It's going to take in, let's see, what else is it going to take in, Joey?
A
name.
Name, yeah. And like a name as an ID is probably enough, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably enough. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create sprites for our tiles. So let's go ahead and make a sprite. And we are passing in an image, so we're just going to put the image right in there. We're going to go ahead and make a new kind. It's going to be placeable tile. Placeable probably isn't a word. If it is a word, it's not spelled like that.
Is it? Yeah, I guess there's probably an E there.
Yeah. And we'll go ahead, we'll make a variable for this new tile. All right. So we're also going to set on this tile. Oh. All right, Joey. You know what time it is.
Oh,
Arcade.
arcade.
Right.
Dad. Nice.
You better every time.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and add Vivian's favorite extension.
So like half of my extensions were like 5 of my extensions were added before arcade sprite data. That's a first. Usually this one that we just incidentally add like 5 minutes in.
That's true. Sometimes we add it and then we don't use it.
Mhm.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and set this name on them. So we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go to our new tile. Go ahead and put a name, and we'll put the name in there. And now at the end of this, we're going to go ahead and return our new tile. So the reason we're doing this is because we're going to have to be creating probably a few different tiles in a few different places in our code. And this name is going to be super helpful because it's going to let us, when we're like trying to decide what this tile actually does, we'll be able to check the name to say like, oh, this is a village tile. So it should give us some health back. So let's get started with this. We're going to go ahead and I guess we'll make an array. And this is going to be our inventory. And now inside of here, we're going to call make a tile. And we need an image for this. So let's go into our tile map editor. We're going to make a new tile. And we're going to make a village.
It really makes that slime a lot scarier when the houses here are like half the size of the slime.
Yeah, the scale is kind of a suggestion, you know?
Oh.
You know what? I think maybe I do like it better though if I just like straight up draw a house.
Mhm.
So let's do that. We're going to do this, fill it in. Just your real basic house. You've all drawn it before.
I think you're off by 1. The bottom.
Yep.
Oh, that's fine.
I
Oh, it's slanted. I get you.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
And we give it a little door. And we give it some windows. And I'll make it pretty later. And we give it a chimney.
It's like a mimic
Yep.
house.
At least it reads very well, you know.
Yeah.
You can tell it's a house.
Santa. Yeah. If Santa saw that on a map, they would come in on Christmas, deliver some presents.
I think so. Okay, so the reason we did that was because now we can just go ahead and grab our image block right here, put that right there, and we're going to go ahead and put this as, I'm going to say in because we only drew 1. All right, and that's kind of a classic RPG thing.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got our inventory. Hey, look, there's our sprite. So I think we're going to have to make another function, which is going to be like arranging our inventory.
Okay.
So to do that, let's go down to our functions. We'll make a new function. And we'll call it arrange inventory. And Joey had a super good idea, which is that this is kind of a deep cut of our stream. This happened a while ago. But Daryl made this really cool game where it wasn't really a game. We kind of just did the first part of it. But there were cards that were fanned out, and you could like go between the different cards and choose one, and then it would crash. But the cards look
in
really
the
good.
yeah. And in the final version, it does properly zoom out, I believe, right? I think we got that working where, like, because all the cards are zoomed in, like, to 1/4 the size, and when you click on it, it should pop out to the full size so you can read it, and then you can place it.
Mm-hmm. Right, and so we should I think use that because that'll be fun, and it'll look really nice. but I have not looked at that code, and Joey told me this like a few minutes before stream, so I'm not going to copy it over right now. So we're going to do kind of a little placeholder, but this will still be a good example if you want to do your own inventory kind of from scratch for something like a tower defense game. All right. So what we're going to do is we want to, whenever we change our inventory, we're going to call this arrange inventory. And what it's going to do is create, take all of our inventory sprites and place them down here at the bottom of the screen. So let's see. Was chat happy with my chicken? Is my chicken good enough for chat?
I think so. Yeah. We did get a suggestion that the game over screen has to be a chicken nugget, which is a little harsh, but
I don't know if I can do that. That's pretty metal. I'll take it under advisement. All right. So we're going to loop over our array, and we're going to be using the index block because we want to like actually use the index. And we have to subtract 1 because this will go from 0 up to the length, which we don't want, not index, inventory. We want to go up to the length minus 1. So let's go ahead. We're going to go into our sprites and get a set thing here. And we're going to go ahead into our arrays and get this get value at. We'll set this to be inventory, put in our index, and we want to set our left and we want to set our top. So first let's set the top. So we have, what did I say? 24 pixels down here at the bottom. So if we do 120 minus 24, that gets us
96.
96, yeah. We probably want a few pixels of buffer. So we'll set our top to be
100.
We'll do 100. Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Mm-hmm. And we'll set our left to be, and now we're going to do just a little bit of math. It's going to be the index times. Our tiles are 16 pixels wide, so we want to do a little bit more than 16 so that we have a gap. So we're going to set it to be, let's do 20. We probably aren't going to have that many things in our inventory at one time. And the last thing we want to do is we also want to add something to this so that we're not starting right at the edge. So we'll go ahead down here. Let's add, let's say half a tile. 8. Okay, now we just need to call this function. So I'm thinking maybe actually we'll make one more function, which is going to be called add to inventory. And it's going to take in a sprite. And what this is going to do is it's just going to call, I'm just in like a function mood today, you know?
I prefer it. Easy to find later.
Yeah. We're going to add the tile to the end, and we're going to call this arrange inventory. And now here, we're going to set this to be an empty array. And we're going to add to inventory this guy. There we go. All right. We got our house down here. Cool. It's at a higher Z index than our cursor is. Let's fix that. So we're going to get another one of those sprite property blocks. You know we love them. We're going to change this to be cursor. And change this to be Z. Make this 10. All right. Now, doesn't look obvious that you can pick this up, right?
Mm-hmm. Do we have like a glow? We had a glow effect somewhere, right? I don't remember how we did that.
I mean, it's easy. If we want to do something like a glow, that's easy enough. We could just create a sprite that's like 20 by 20, or one bigger on each side. Also works. Mm-hmm. And then we can just show and hide it.
I bet like we had like a highlight in some of the game before, but I don't remember how that happened.
Oh yeah, you're right. We probably did something just like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to name this highlight. They're going to go in here. We need to make it a little bit bigger than 16 by 16 so we can go around it. And so let's just make it 1 pixel on each side by now. So we need to add 2 to our width and our height because we have 1 for the left, 1 for the right, 1 for the bottom, 1 for the top. Now we're going to use our tool. We'll make the color pink to match our cursor. Yep, I messed it up. And we're going to, for this one, set it to be invisible, not cursor. And let's rename this to be something that is actually useful. I'm going to fix that too this time. Okay, so when we mouse over one of these tiles, we want to make that highlight appear. And when you stop mousing over it, then we are going to make it so that we are not highlighting it anymore. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to make a variable called highlighted sprite. And when the cursor overlaps with a thing of kind placeable tile, so let's go into sprites. So when the cursor overlaps with placeable tile, then we just go into here and we say set our highlighted sprite to be our not our cursor, our placeable tile. Now inside of an on-game update, we're going to say if there's a highlighted sprite and we're overlapping with it, then we're going to set invisible off. And what that really means is we can just put this inside here with a not. Cool. Okay, so let's look at this. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, it's in the wrong place, but you can see it. So let's put it in the right place. And that's pretty easy to do. We're just going to go inside of this overlaps, and we're going to set the position.
Did you think of this one off stream sometime? This is a really nice way to do this, and we've done this a million times. I feel like, and it's always been annoying.
No, this is just how I thought to do it right now.
Oh, nice. The Y there.
Yeah. So we want to change this to be the highlighted sprite, and we want to change this to be Y. Thank you, Joey. All right, and so now we can overlap our tile, and we know that this is something that we can do something with because it's changing. This is also a good tip if you're making a website. You hover over a button or something you can click. You want it to change color, and also possibly change a cursor. We could make it change our cursor, but not right now.
That requires drawing more hands.
Yeah, that requires, yeah. Okay, so let's make it so that we can pick this up. And when we pick it up, we're going to, I think, while you're holding A, you'll have it picked, like you'll have it following the cursor. And when you release A, we will put it down. We'll put it down, I guess, just whatever tile you're currently on top of. So we're gonna have 2 button handlers. We're gonna do an on A button pressed and an on A button released. Apparently I have an A button pressed in here somewhere. Oh, this is a debug thing that Daryl did. All right, so when A button is pressed, we need to see if there is a highlight sprite. Luckily, we already did that. So we can just duplicate this. We don't need this not. We're going to say if there is a highlighted sprite and our cursor overlaps with the highlighted sprite, then we're going to make yet another variable. And it's going to be called is carrying. And we're going to set this to true. Okay, so if is carrying, then we're going to go into here. We're going to do inside of our on-game update, we're going to have a little is carrying check. So right here, this is going to go into our else. And inside of here, we want to make sure that when we are carrying our sprite, the highlight is invisible. So we're going to just hard code this one to be off. If we wanted to, we could put this inside of this other check, but there's no real reason to. We are doing the if anyway. So we're going to go ahead and take this little position thing that we have. And we're going to make it so that our highlighted sprite is going to the position of our cursor. And now finally, we need to do right here on A button released. I already did that. We're going to set our is carrying to be false. And we're going to get rid of this check that we're doing and just do a check for is carrying. All right, so now we should be able to pick things up. Grabbed it. Dropped it. Got it. Dropped it. Oh, I did this invisible backwards. Yeah, so I can pick it up and put it down. This isn't quite what we want though, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing is, I think that we should probably change the image of our hand. Maybe we are going to end up doing.
I guess we probably do want the pinch, right?
Yeah, we want to pinch. Or I
Fine.
think what I'll probably just do is make the finger not sticking out anymore.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
That's a pinch.
Yeah. The pinch would be nice, but I am not confident that I can draw that. So.
I mean, it basically already is a pinch. It's just
how do you do it?
Straight on.
Like, what is the?
You rotate slightly and then you move your finger down so you can see like the gap in between the fingers. I think just enough.
So like this.
Yeah, like instead of like this is straight on, and then you do it slightly like that. I can't. It's hard to do with the camera reversed and doing it reversed.
Yeah. Okay. That seems really difficult, so I'm not going to do that.
But I mean, you're doing just a straight on finger pinch when you're doing that, so it already is close enough.
Yeah, so we're going to do a set cursor function. It's going to take in a string, and the string is going to be the cursor type. That's right. I'm getting real fancy with it, Joey.
Nice.
And inside here, we're going to go ahead. We're going to have all the different cursor types that you can ever want. As long as it's these three. Arrow. Pointer. Grab. All right, and so in each of these, we're going to be setting the image of our cursor. So let's go into here to our sprites category, grab this. We're going to set this to be cursor. And for the first image, we just want that, well, actually, we want to do an arrow. So we're going to, let's see, what size did it make it? It was 12 by 12. Yep. So let's go ahead and put the pointer in now because we've already got it. And we'll do the grab because it's very easy. And so now we are going to do our arrow. We're going to do 12 by 12, not by 12, but by 112. And we're going to do a arrow. So let me look at the arrow real quick. All right, do it in the wrong direction, first of all. And it's kind of like this side is straight, this side is diagonal. That looks good. Maybe this one should also be sloped up a little more gradually. That looks super weird. And then like the thing comes out here. This is nothing. What is this?
I think an outline would help.
Maybe. All right. Joey, fix it.
Can we cut down the left side so move the left side in one?
Oh, you want to do the opposite of what I just said? What I just said.
I think so. I mean, like the far left side, that black line, just one pixel over.
Oh, I see.
A little bit more pointy.
Wow, I didn't think it's hard.
That one, yeah. And I think that's about fine to me.
It's really weird.
I think if you let's just look, if we look at it like at size, I think it'll look better.
All right.
I think the normal cursor, the normal mouse always looks weird. Do we not need a black for the bottom right outline? I think the normal mouse looks weird for me when people do like the shake to zoom thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think arrow is just weird.
All right, so we're gonna set this to be pointer right here. Now inside of our on-game update.
We got affirmation from chat that it's impossible to make a good looking cursor in pixel art.
Thank you. Was that from Vivian or from someone else?
Davix.
I agree, Davix. We're gonna make this one, sorry, it's just grab. And when it's released, we're gonna go back to our arrow. And then we're doing our overlap. We're going to, so now we do actually have to check this thing. So if not this, then we're going to, sorry, if this, no, wait, we're good. We don't actually need to do this. Yeah, no, we need to do it when we're overlapping. So we want to get rid of this, put this here, make this pointer, this one arrow. I think that's good. Nice. Look at that. That's pretty good. We need to fix the wall, this guy. All right. So let's do that. We're going to make it so that in our make a tile function, we're going to take that ghost through walls thing I did before. Just duplicate that, bring it down here. We're going to change this to be new tile. And we're going to do a quick Daryl. Because we're kind of at a good stopping point. All right. So I guess the arrow doesn't deeply offend me, but I don't like it. So we'll leave it as is for now.
Yeah, I think I do like it.
Okay. I think Joey's wrong. Actually, I have an idea. I think if I do this.
Yeah, okay, I can see that one. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if that made it better or not. Give me it worse. All right. Done for now. Okay, so let's do our actual placing. So we want to do something when we stop grabbing. So we're going to do that inside of our on A button release. And basically, we want to make it so that we snap to our tile and we make sure that we are only placing it on a place that is like valid. If it's not valid, we want to put it back to wherever it was. So getting a phone call. Okay, so that's pretty easy to do. We're going to, inside of here, we're going to check our tile at the center because that's kind of the best one to do. It's kind of ambiguous, right? Because we've got a lot of different tiles that we could check. So the safest one and the one that's probably the most right is checking the tile to the center. We're going to do this to our highlighted tile because that's the one that we're carrying. And we want to check to make sure it's this empty space.
Oh, when you're placing them, it's actually in the other one. It's usually you place them for like the end. It would be on the side, but
oh really?
Yeah. It depends on like the tile, but most like the inn and village are offset, and the only ones that you place on the track are like monster spawning locations and maybe a treasure chest.
I see.
But I guess if we're doing that as an inn instead of a village, like in the village, you just get a little bit of healing as you go by in the game. But if it's an inn, it would make sense to be a place you stop on the track so that you have to like you pass through there and then it heals you all at once or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do it this way for now. I think that that's kind of interesting though, and we might want to think about that in the future. Like maybe we do something like that. But you know what? Actually, I think it's pretty easy. So we're going to go to our make a tile function.
Oh, yeah, we can just store the data of where you want to be able to place it.
Yeah. So we're going to let's not do a Boolean. Let's do an image, and we're going to say placeable on. We'll just pass in whatever tile you can put it on.
Then we can do like upgrades later too, so that you can get like an inn to a hotel.
Yeah. Oh, but the sprite data is still broken, isn't it?
Yikes. Wait, sprite data is broken? Oh, it's a shadow?
It's not a shadow. It's just a field.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Backtracking. We're just going to do a Boolean, and it's going to be place on road.
We'll fix that in post.
Make this new tile. Place on road, and set it to be our Boolean. Okay, so let's go now to where we have our tile that we're creating, just right here. We want to make this false because you can't put it on a road. All right, now inside of our on A button released, we're going to say, we're going to take in this and we're going to go into our sprite data and get that Boolean out of there. So that's like right here. I'm gonna make this our highlighted tile, highlighted sprite, and its place on road. So if the center is the road and its place on road, then we can do our place. Otherwise, we're going to do the tile is, oh, I need to actually put a tile into this tile map now. Probably a good idea anyway. Otherwise, if the tile is this and this is not true, then we want to do a place there. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our actual place. We're going to go into our scene. We're going to do the set blank at location. We're going to go into tile maps, get the location of our sprite. And we're going to set it to be the image of our sprite. All right. Then we are going to destroy our sprite. And we're going to call our function range inventory. All right. Pick it up. Didn't work. There we go. All right. So we created our little in right here. So you might be wondering, oh, that's nice. You created an in. That's fun. What, how's that going to work though? We can't overlap with that tile because we don't ever overlap with it. What are we going to do, Joey? What are we going to do?
Use the extension we imported yesterday.
Yeah, we are. So somewhere in here, we have some code. Let's do it, Daryl. That is spawning all of our friends. I think it's inside of this on status bar kind. No, it's not this one. This one? No. Oh, it's start loop. That's got to be it. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to loop over all of the directions from this tile. And we're going to, on those, potentially spawn an invisible tile, an invisible sprite that will heal you. So, get rid of this. We're going to make an array of tiles in directions. So we need to go ahead and get this, not that. We need to go ahead and get our location blank of location. We're going to put our value in for this location. And we're going to make this an array of 4 things. So we're just going to go ahead and do plus a few times. We're going to change these to be all the different directions. So we're going to do left, top, right, bottom. Pull out this array. We don't need this variable. And we're going to do another for of loop. And here's a fun trick. You can go into here and while making a variable, it's going to be adjacent tile. I can right click this. Oh, it is not alphabetically sorted. Adjacent tile of this. And then we can say if it is this road tile, then we want to create a sprite on it.
Are there 2 road tiles there? Look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are. Yep, there are. I made two.
Okay.
One's a copy of the other. I've just been using the first one.
Okay. Well, if they're just a copy, then it doesn't matter. Same anyway.
So we're going to add a new kind, which is going to be called health. This sprite just needs to be something. We're going to make it invisible, so I'm just going to fill in the entire tile. We're going to make it 16 by 16. And pink. We're going to place it on top of our location. And let me ask you this, Joey. Do you get healed for every tile that is next to it?
In the game, the village is like an ambient healing, so it's like over a third, like the equivalent here would be like over a 20 pixel radius, you heal 1 HP per second or per 200 milliseconds while you're walking around it or something like that.
All right. Okay. Well, actually, then.
But I think if it's an N, right, then like an N doesn't make sense to do ambient healing because you're like to rest at an N, you have to rest at the end. So it would have to be like this one where it's just dropping on it.
You're right. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do this and we're going to do a break. Like Jerry just said. So this means we're only going to create one. And it's going to be on whatever the first tile is. Also, we need to make sure we actually place it on that tile. So let's go into scene. We're going to do place on top of. And we don't want this to be highlights, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to do like range type of things in the future anyway. If we're gonna do like, you can make it so you get a power up near this pylon or something like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna put this down right here, and we're not gonna see anything until we start the loop. Should put it right here. There we go. All right, we got our health drop. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that when we overlap with this, we're going to destroy it, and we'll do a little animation, I think, probably. That's like, yeah, something like that. So let's first make it invisible. We're going to go into here. We're going to go ahead and get our flag block. Make this temp sprite. Make it invisible. Natural physics. Turn that on. Now we can go into sprites and grab a overlap. And we're going to say when the player overlaps with our health, we want to first off destroy the health. And then we want to change the status bar value for our hero. So there's a helpful block inside of the status bar extension that is sprite to that status bar is attached. No, not that. We want the opposite. Status bar of kind health attached to sprite. We're going to change this to hero, and we're going to change that value by 5. I don't know.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, this is like the type of thing that will balance later. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead. We'll put this. Let's see. Where's the fastest? It'll be right here. All right. Let me.
Yeah, zoom in.
Go. Okay. And yeah, the health went up.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to tell, but it did happen. I promise.
I mean, yeah, it went up by 1/20th the value, I'm guessing, so a little hard to see.
We'll be able to see it again on this next loop, so look really carefully.
It's about half to...
Yeah. Yeah. It jumped up, but again, it was
1 or
it was
2 pixels.
Yeah. One other thing I'm noticing is that we can't see the status bar up top here. We'll fix that. Okay, cool. Well, we've got the basic in stuff working, and we've kind of got a thing that we can now use to make all of our other tiles. So that's fun. I think one thing we should do now is, since we're pretty much out of time, let's just fix that status bar thing. Should be pretty easy. We're going to go into here. We're going to take our map, and we're actually going to make it 1 taller. Going to move this down. do that like that so that we have an extra row at the top. We got to make it a wall though. I don't think it actually matters, but we should.
Guessing this one's using the A star, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so yeah.
And so now we've lost all of our bottom stuff here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into our scene. Normally we do a camera follow, but because we don't actually want our camera to be moving, we're actually just going to set the camera at the beginning and leave it so that there's a little bit of space at the top. So normally the Y would be the center of the screen, which is 60. We want to move a few pixels down so that we just have a little bit of room up at the top. So I think that we probably want to do 60. Let's see what 68 looks like with our inventory. Yeah, that's a little. We could make the inventory go down farther though. So let's do both those things.
I mean, yeah, we need to move the inventory so that it's 8 further down to be closer. But we only need like 2 pixels at the top for the health, right?
Let's just confirm. Yeah, let's see how much wiggle room we have with the health. Yeah. It is just 2 pixels, isn't it? So we can make this. Let's do 63. And we're going to go to our.
I think we want it the other way, right?
Oh,
74.
Yeah, we want it the other way. We want like 71.
73. Yeah.
73.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks right. And we're going to go to our. Let's do Daryl real quick. Well, not half a Daryl. And we're going to go to our arrange inventory function, which is in here somewhere. There we go. And we're going to change our top by a few pixels. So we've moved it up a bit. We need to add 16 to this and then 3. So we're going to make it 119. That was a little bit too much.
So Shack 3. So 113.
Oh, you're right. Perfect. Okay.
That's about right. Yeah.
So we got a little bit less room, but I think it's enough. Oh, whoops.
Oh.
Don't hit the menu button, I guess.
We can make our own menu later.
Yeah. One other thing we're probably going to have to do is make it so you can't put tiles in this bottom row, because that's where the inventory is.
Well, if we do like the fanning thing itself, we can hide the cards when you place, and then we won't need to make it unplaceable there.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. But for now, I'm going to make it unplaceable there. And the way I'm going to do that is just by doing this. So because there's no tile there, our little placement logic isn't going to let it go. So, all right. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This has been a wonderful junior stream. I think we all had a lot of fun and we learned a lot of stuff. I'm Richard. Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at JWondrill in the MakeCode forum, and now we're tavern owners, so that's good.
That's true. And we're going to be working on this game some more, I think. It's fun. Even though, and maybe I'll go play Loop Hero. So actually know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I haven't played it personally, but I want to play it. I just want to wait until it comes out on platform.
All right, we're both maybe going to play Loop Hero. We'll see.
Someday.
Yeah, someday. And